Welcome to Vintage Video's latest What's New. And boy, do we have a surprise for you tonight. Often when people say that they hear me on AM 640, I always joke with them and say, well, I got a great face for radio. But I'm going to introduce you to two of our staff who could really be in the movies. First of all, I would like you to meet Dana.
Hello.
That's Dana. And Jazz.
Hello.
These two are not only the good looks of the organization, they're the brains. We'd be lost without them. The theme now is going to be Halloween, our favorite time of year. But before we do that and get into those wonderful spooky titles, let me show you some non-Halloween product that we have just gotten in. Finally, Warner Brothers has released Lawman, that great 58 to 61 Western series from the golden age of television. A new reissue of Breaker Morant, for those of you who know it, love it. For those who haven't, indulge. They say Helen Mirren's first film, I'm not quite sure whether it was or not, but it is a newly released James Mason, Helen Mirren, Age of Consent. Quite naughty. What can you say about Jack Benny? A fabulous, remastered set of his best episodes on TV. Jack Benny. The individual in the United States who was responsible for putting out the Steve Canyon television series has literally worked on this endeavor for almost 15 years. He single-handedly has financially been responsible for acquiring the licensing rights, production, and everything else, and the restoration. Steve Canyon, the wonderful aviation television series of the 50s, all 34 episodes based on the exciting Milton Caniff comic strip. The Rebel. Johnny Yuma was a rebel. Okay. And finally, a new box set on the magnificent vintage sports cars of the past. Magnificent motor cars. Just out, over 14 hours of the most delicious, delectable, delightful cars you could ever find. Now for Halloween. Happy Halloween! As we said, this is our favorite time of the year, and I have got a coffin full of wonderful, scary, spooky product. First of all, Dom Knotts, Tim Conway, Private Eyes. So-called Sherlock Holmes, Dr. Watson, investigating murders in a haunted house. And speaking of haunted houses, you cannot do better than The Uninvited. Perhaps the best I Wonder What's Upstairs movie ever done. Christopher Lee, Peter Cushing, The Creeping Flesh. No, this is not the first date you had in high school. This is a spooky movie. Legends of Horror. 5 of the never-before released from the vault great horror flicks from Universal. We have Mark of the Vampire, The Mask of Fu Manchu, Dr. X, The Return of Dr. X, with somebody who you'd never believe would be in this movie, Humphrey Bogart, Mad Love, Peter Lorre, and The Devil Doll. The Mad Doctor of Market Street, with Lionel Pinky Atwill. Call the store sometime and I'll tell you how he got the name Pinky. Murders in the Zoo, another great one. Dr. RX, again with our friend Pinky. The Mad Ghoul, Say No More. What's often been referred to as vintage video, The House of Horrors. The best Hammer Studio anthology, 8 movies, including Oliver Reed's terrific Curse of the Werewolf. I was a teenage werewolf. I was a teenage Frankenstein. The thing that wouldn't die. Tarantula. For all those people out there who love spiders. Night Monster. Who is the creature in the woods? The original Black Cat. Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff. The remake with Basil Rathbone and, believe it or not, Alan Ladd. Again, an old spooky house. Probably the one horror film that we've been asked for more than any other, Two on a Guillotine. Cannot beat Two on a Guillotine. With Connie Stevens. Beast with 5 Fingers. I'm still waiting to meet her. The Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Great cult movie, Bad Ronald. What would Halloween be without Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein? And of course they met Dracula and the Wolfman too. The Spiral Staircase. Who is killing women who have a deformity? The Secret Behind the Door. Has our heroine married, mistakenly, a murderer? The new William Castle collection, including Mr. Sardonicus. The new Hammer collection, which includes the very hard to find The Gorgon. Boy, you talk about a cult movie. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Try and find this anywhere else. The Outer Limits. Very, very hard to find. I'm Home! The Munsters. Fred Gwynne as Herman Munster. The Complete Twilight Zone. All 156 episodes. The Essential Twilight Zone. For those of you who do not want the complete collection, here are 15 of the best. And finally, The Night Stalker and The Night Strangler, which led to the television series, 20 episodes, Kolchak, The Night Stalker, starring Darren McGavin. This series was the forerunner of The X-Files, and during an interview, Darren McGavin was asked why, when they were so popular, did they stop making Kolchak? And he said, we literally ran out of monsters. And I have run out of movies. I hope everyone has a chilling, thrilling Halloween. See you next time. Bye.